Hello,
Hello.
this is a recording of my
Me
wife, Jessica.
asking my husband about therapy.
Yes. So,
Yes. So, what is therapy?
what is therapy here? I need to face you because I'm here to
Okay.
talk it to you, not the computer.
Yeah.
What is therapy? Could you clarify that? What do you mean, what is therapy?
Okay, I'm somebody who's never done therapy before.
hmm
I'm coming to you and I'm like, so what is this whole therapy thing?
Yeah, like how does it work? Like just what's gonna happen when you come in?
Okay, yeah. Both.
This both.
All the
Okay.
things. What is
Okay.
therapy?
So if you've never been to therapy.
This
Okay.
word is new to me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Basically, you come in and you have a conversation
With whom?
with the therapist.
Okay.
Usually, it's because there is an issue that's troubling you. Obviously,
Okay, issue
there
within myself.
it can be something within yourself, or it can be something difficult that's happened in your life,
Okay.
like a traumatic event. You could have a lot of worries, anxiety, or depression, anything that you feel is difficult. And you
Okay.
can feel like you have someone to talk to.
All right. So say I'm somebody who I'm like, well, I don't really deal with any of those things, but like I've heard that therapy is beneficial. Why should I go to therapy if I don't feel like I have any big things, like you said?
Do you have like goals that you're working on that you feel maybe sometimes you don't make the most progress towards?
This person that I'm talking about?
Oh, this example. Yeah, does this person maybe have goals that they are working towards but they'd want to be more efficient, or they feel
Sure. So therapy is for efficiency
it can be
of what?
efficiency of what?
Yeah.
Like haha uh
Like of efficiency in work, efficiency in thoughts.
I think it can be both. Like if there is a goal that you have that you're working towards, but maybe you're self sabotaging or you're like procrastinating
Okay.
or you're like have a ton of self doubt about things like that,
Mhm.
worries, fears, like doubt.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like a
Even
lot of
if,
people feel that way.
yeah, so like even if it's not
That can
something
help you.
serious, you can still go in and talk to a therapist about it.
Mhm.
So you can get all these thoughts in the open and they can recognize like patterns in your thinking and like how your thinking affects your behavior, and then they can help you like point it out
Oh.
and how they blend together, and then help you maybe shift that so you
Excuse me.
can accomplish those goals quicker or more
Mm.
effectively. Or and it can be goals or like relationships
Okay.
or just life skills like communication or assertiveness,
Okay.
any area like that.
So I go to therapy for life skills.
That's, yeah, I would say that's one of the main
Okay.
reasons.
Okay.
Skills, and to like maybe cope with things that are difficult as well.
Okay. Yeah,
Like have
coping with
a
difficult
place
things.
that's emotionally safe to talk about things that are difficult.
Okay. So I'm so sorry. Um. So say like what should I expect from therapy? Like what should my biggest takeaway be from therapy?
Like after like you've done a ton of sessions,
Sure.
or
Yeah, like after I've done, yeah, like I've gone through a couple sessions and I feel like what should be my biggest takeaway from a therapy
yeah.
or from therapy? Yeah.
I think it depends. Like what kind of it depends on what kind of situation you go into therapy with.
Okay.
So like if it's anxiety, then hopefully you'd come away with skills to recognize, oh, I'm getting really anxious and this is what I
Mm.
can do to like reduce the feelings of anxiety. It's like it can be skills, it can be coping skills, it can be even just awareness, like awareness
Mm.
of
Oh, I'm feeling anxious. This is
yeah.
what my therapist talked to me about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then yeah, you can interrupt the cycle of okay, if I'm anxious, then I procrastinate and then or like I do XYZ. But if you talk to a therapist about it, they can help you like recognize what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah. Um
Are there any other questions I should ask?
I don't know, do you feel like that was
A
clear?
cohesive. Um. Yeah.
What other questions would you have? Like, did you ask me how does it work?
How does it work?
I don't know if we asked that
No,
strictly.
we didn't ask that. How
How
does
does
it work?
therapy work? Like, how does it help people?
Yeah. How does it help?
I think it's a lot of ways. I think mostly, though, it's a place where you can get your emotions, like your thoughts, emotions, like struggles, feelings out into the open in a safe place that maybe like the people in your normal life, you don't have the same chance to do that with.
Okay.
And so instead
So
of
a
like
non-biased sounding board.
a non-biased sounding board, I would say is one of the things. So then like all these thoughts or difficult emotions, instead of bouncing around in your head
Mhm.
all the time and you don't feel like you can share them, you can get them out. As soon as you get them out, you can see them more clearly and how they're affecting you.
Mm.
And ideally the therapist can help you share them and then like see them clearly.
Mm. Okay. So in doing so, I get the skills needed to manage those difficult emotions.
Yeah, I mean skills and just like a chance to share them with somebody that's not going to judge you for them.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I guess it can be some validation, some empathy, a relationship with the therapist, and then like skills to cope with them if that's
Mm.
what you need,
Gotcha.
if that's what the person needs. So
Okay.
that's talking about how it works.
Mm.
But that's really surface. If I could go
So
deeper, probably.
yeah. So from blah, an expectation of a therapy session, like I come in, I talk to you. Is it more guided by me or is it more guided by you?
Ah, that's the question. That's a good question.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So every therapist is different, and there are different strategies. Because
Okay.
like, and it depends on the people. Some people are going to come in and they're going to be really open and want to talk a lot, and
Yeah.
so they might know which direction they want to take things and which
Already.
issues.
Mm-hmm.
But other people are a lot more passive and not as sure. And so the therapist might need to like ask more questions to direct to find out like what's important to the person. And that
Mm-hmm.
comes down to style. Um, so I think it's a little bit of both, right? Like,
Yeah. So like with somebody like me, what would you expect to do? Because you know me.
yeah, would be depend on what kind of issue you were coming to therapy with,
Okay. Yeah.
which we don't have to
You don't
say
have to go
in
into
your real
that.
life. Okay, but I'll just say how what my main strategy is, the way that I think about therapy.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
In
Yeah.
addition to everything I've said, safe place, share the emotions, share the thoughts. My big thing is like we have experiences when we're kids that train us to think and act in certain ways.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, those things help us cope or manage. So whether it's like avoiding or distracting or like being passive or being aggressive or like whatever works with our families, then we
Yeah.
grow up.
Sorry, I have an itch in my eye. I promise I'm listening, but keep going. Ah.
We grow up and we have different kinds of people and relationships
Mhm.
in our lives. And then those skills don't necessarily work in all scenarios. So the therapist is like a new person that you can share, like, okay, this strategy isn't working, or I'm having conflicts here. Why isn't this working? Examining what thoughts and patterns and behaviors are like leading to that. And then how can we shift them? How can we change them? Practice them in the therapy room and then take them out into the real world. So you have like a safe place to practice them in the real world.